Hey Rizwan, Connor here from Digital Search Group. Hope you're doing well. We connected on LinkedIn and we had opened up a conversation around your website and your business and the fact that you're looking to grow your business online. You mentioned that your shop is very busy and online is generating some traffic, but it should be generating a lot more. I see that potential that you're talking about and can go through some of those touch points today. But I appreciate you giving us the time to go through this and the opportunity as well. Looking forward to getting into it. So, firstly, your website. Your website looks absolutely great. I love it. I'm a big food lover myself. I love a good barbecue. A friend of mine is actually opening a halal restaurant where I am at the minute. Um, and yeah, it's going to be the first one in this area, so he's pretty excited to do that. Yeah, in terms of your website, the only thing I will say was the website actually loaded pretty slowly, there's a few reasons why I can see that probably is just from a high level. Um, you've got a lot of images, high res, which is totally acceptable. People want to actually, it's 90% of websites. One thing I noticed right down the bottom here is you actually have YouTube videos embedded into the website. It's a big no-no because it really slows down your website, and people are super impatient. And if a website is slow to load, they just won't bother, especially if it's a new website. They'll just click off and they won't come on. And people have everything at their fingertips now when it comes to Google and life in general. So, Amazon had a pretty big study showing that for every second or point 0.1 of a second of load speed, they were losing $400,000 a week. So they're pretty high on that, and Google is actually updating their algorithms all the time and penalizing people a lot for load speeds. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Although, as mentioned, with you having a lot of images, there's very little text. The great thing about images is it looks really good. It's catching to the eye. That's great. But Google can't actually read images. They can only read text. So realistically, unless there's text in within the website, Google doesn't understand what your website's about and what people to drive towards your website. So it's really important for Google to be able to understand who you are, what you're doing, in order for them to allow you um, to have traffic driven your way and to give you credibility as well. What I always say to people is, what's the point in having the most beautiful billboard if you've got it positioned out into the desert and nobody's ever going to see it? So you want to be able to have that sweet spot of looking slick and looking beautiful as well as ticking all the boxes when it comes to Google. What we are after is results. The next piece I'm going to look at, I typed in site and then your domain. So this gives us all the pages of your website, 82 pages. Um, what we have here is just we're going to look at some of the key money pages that you have. So your home page here actually is not too bad, although this is your title tag. This is your opportunity to have like keywords in there like halal shop, which is great. Um, your trusted source. Again, we could do better than that. And the halal shop, unless people know who the halal shop is, it's not ideal for you to have your name in the title tag. We also want to describe and pitch to people what it is you're actually providing. It's good that the name of your shop actually is a halal shop, which is good. But if so, we would need to position this at the back instead of the front. So Google penalizes you for these sort of things, and as well for your conversion. Second thing is your actual. Again, this one is much better than the likes of this one where it just says products the halal shop come all products that allow the halal shop condom. I want that to say like beef, chicken, you know, halal beef, halal chicken, these sort of things instead of just products, because that's going to entice people to the page. This piece here, which is called your meta description, this again is your opportunity to pitch to people to come in and tell them what the page is about so that they're like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm going to click in. So as you can see, you can actually put quite a bit of text in there. You've only got 2 lines in your homepage. Read that. Again, these are quick fixes to get you very quick improvements. Not difficult task, but just something to make you aware of. And again, here, this one actually isn't set at all. It's just saying dot, 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 which means it's actually just pulled this information up off the page because Google won't allow it to be there on, with nothing. And that's a big no-no for Google. The next piece I'm going to look at is I dropped your domain into a tool that we're using called SEMrush, and it gives us an idea of some the data that's going on with your website. So here we can see your authority score is 5, which is pretty bad to be honest. That's out of 100. So you're only at about 5%. We would want that to be at a minimum like 15 to 20. So there's quite a bit of room for and anything of 30 to 40 is where we really want to be. What's good is that you're actually getting some traffic, 4,000 in traffic, which is good. Your backlinks are only 11, which is really not good either, and you've got no referring domains, so or 8 referring. Sorry. So what that is, backlinks are the connections between you and other businesses, and how Google gives you credibility on online. So the more businesses you're connected through backlinks to, the more reference systems Google can say, oh, these guys are actually a credible business because these other businesses are allowing them to connect to them. And in turn, they must be a credible business. So there's a lot of ways that Google judges your website technically. And if you don't tick all those boxes, like 200 things that they care about, if you're not ticking those boxes, then your Google's just not going to allow your website to rank and not going to allow you to actually get in front of the customers. But considering that, you've still been on very much a growing trajectory, which is awesome. Since August, you've gone from 385 all the way up to nearly 2,000 people at one point coming to your website every month, and now down to about 1,500. So we're on the decline, which we want to, it looks like it is retracting back up. I want to figure out why that is. So you've currently got 532 keywords in the website. Down here is just an idea of a couple of those keywords which you're ranking for well, which is beef shank price Canada, halal shop, which is great. These are very relevant. But what we want to look at here, you're in position number 2 for, which means you're on the first page of Google, which is awesome. That's where we want to be. But the volume isn't that high. But what's great about them is that they're super specific and they're the kind of people that are looking for your products and services, and they're the kind of people who buy. So we do want to have a lot of these, even though they're low volume, they're super specific and these are going to be great buying potential customers. Halal shop, for instance, 480 people searching that every month, and you're in position number 18. That means you're on page 2. There's 10 listings on each page. So realistically, we want to be always on page 1 because that's where the traffic is, and that's where you're going to get the most amount of clicks. So again, for that, that's a very quick, win. If we were going to improve that keyword, get you on the page 1, and start generating some traffic from that. Again, just some related halal food near me. 110,000 people are searching that every month, um, and that's a keyword that you actually don't have in your website just yet. Again, I think that's because I'm not sure what you've done with your Google Maps, because I did notice that you obviously have locations. But on here, I couldn't actually see any locations. I know it seems like you're delivering all over, but to actually have a location, you have a physical store, and your online can drive people to your physical store because they'll check out your products and then say, "Oh, I want to go down. The store is down the road or wherever it is." And for the likes of that search, then you're going to be relevant when it's saying halal stores near me. You can then start ranking for that. Again, 110,000 people. Imagine you're on page 1 for that and you're getting a small amount of that traffic. That's going to, double, triple, droop your traffic just on that one keyword. Again, that would take time. It's a very competitive keyword. It wouldn't happen overnight, but that's the kind of potential that's there with just like some simple keywords. Um, so one other thing, I just want to go a bit more in depth into those keywords to give you a good idea of it. Some of your competitors here, 303 keywords, and they've got 8,000 in traffic. So it looks like, as I said, from that there's a lot of potential for you in terms of these keywords, because like these guys, no, these are not who I wanted to be looking at. Apologies. Yeah, sorry, these are the one I was looking for. Yeah. So just in comparison, they've gotten a 30 score of 23 in comparison to year five. They're getting about 1.8 thousand people coming to their website. They've got 483 keywords, 222 backlinks. Again, just an idea of just some of those keywords. This is obviously their name. They're getting pretty good volume of people actually just searching for their name, so they're pretty well in that sense. And a lot of these are around that. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the basic note of that here we see like a whole list of your keywords, and say for instance, prime halal meat has 90 people searching it, and you're in position number 99, which means you're on page 10. So you're going to be getting zero traffic from that. All these keywords, you're on page 10 of likes of this one, Niku Undan. I don't know if that's relevant or not, but there's got 1,000 people searching that, and you're on page 9, never getting any of that traffic. So again, looking at some of the high volume keywords that you have, it's great that you have these keywords, but if you're not ranking for them and not generating any traffic, they're not really doing you that much good. But there is the potential there. The fact that they're listed, you know, it means, again, like this kebab, halabi, that's your position number 22, which means you're on page three. There's 320 people searching for that. I imagine this is something that you're doing. Feed, same thing. You're on page five, 390 people. If we were actually getting a lot of these keywords onto, like, converting pages like page one and two, you're actually going to start generating traffic from them and start getting some good results on the website. So something that I see it doesn't look like you're doing is Google Ads. So the likes of this buy Blender sunglasses online. Blenders is a company. So you can see here that they're running ads. It says AD. So what they're basically doing is paying to be on the top page of Google in terms of listing. So they're going to get more clicks when they're up in this position. This section down here is the organic section. Is the section I'm talking about when it comes to keywords and getting you on the first page. So this section is a section that is affected by SEO, and this section is ads, which is just basically paid traffic. I can talk to you a little bit further about both of those. They both have great purpose. The paid traffic gets you instant results, gets you top of the page. The organic SEO starts to build your credible business and starts to actually eventually build you natural traffic of people that are coming to your website, and you're not paying, because with these ads every time someone clicks on this it costs them, so I'm not going to click on it. The last thing I wanted to look at just real quickly, because I know we've been on this for a little bit of time, is your Instagram. So again, the Instagram looks really good. It looks sleek, sharp. Everything you're doing on here is right. How this is all set up, how the way you've set up your descriptions, everything is great. So and some really good images on the Instagram. The only thing I'm seeing is that there's quite low engagement, 21 people liking, 14, 26. So there's a lot of room for growth in terms of engagement on here, and a lot of room for growth in terms of followers. It's very specific in terms of what you're doing, and there's a lot of strategies that we can help to get really relevant people actually following your Instagram, or teaching you how to get the right people following your Instagram and get these people generating more traffic online and sharing in their community, and really grow out this page. So there's a lot of opportunity here. Again, Instagram is a great way for you to display your foods, and a lot of people, when it comes to food, they check out the Instagram. So again, a lot of room for growth there. So I won't go into too much more. I feel like I gave a lot of information there very quickly. So if you found this of value, and you want a further conversation, I'm happy to discuss all of this further, better understand your goals, your priorities, what you want to achieve with the business online, and see if that tees up in terms of the services that we can provide. So I appreciate your time in watching this, and I will love your feedback in the email.